Looking at the markets has never been easier before, and me saying this is because of the fact that I understand that with the consistency of me looking for specific patterns in the markets, they always do happen to repeat themselves, and I know exactly what it is that I'm looking for and how I'm going to be using that to execute some trades, and how also be channeling down those trades and as well be able to see the results of what trades they are. What's going on, guys? It's a boy Mothupi, and on today's video we are going to be looking at the forecast for the market. So I'm not going to be showing you guys only the 1 hour and the 4 hour. I'll also be showing you guys the daily as well, just so you're able to see the bigger time frame momentum. And on top of that, for all those people that are still out there looking for those reliable brokers that they want to be trading with, I've got my broker AAFX, and I'll make sure that I leave the link in the description below. The very first link is where you can register and securely fund with them and be able to trade with the reliable broker. So what's happening is that I'm going to be showing you guys some of these top 3 basically instruments that I trade, that I specialize on. There's a lot of indices, or there's a lot of currencies within the TradingView platform, or even the brokers that you'll be trading with. But at the end, I have decided that I'm only looking and sticking with these specific number of brokers. So it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be looking at, or you should be looking at, or you shouldn't be limited, guys. At the end of the day, you should be able to just expand and grow. But when you start seeing that something is working for you, focus more on exactly that. So what's happening is that I'm going to start off first here with JPY. Let me just make sure that I am recording my screen. I'll be starting out here with JPY. And what's happening is that I noticed that with JPY, there's been a lot of momentum actually to the downside, but I see that there could be a structural change in terms of price trying to push back to the upside. But it's much more better for you guys to be able to see and watch this video as early as possible, just so you're able to catch those trades that I'll be catching, because it doesn't help me posting late, whereby you find these trades later on. So let me start off first at daily, going to the daily time frame, JPY. Let me just zoom in right here, boom. So with JPY, you can simply see what has been happening for the past few weeks or months. Let me say, price has been pushing upwards. As soon as we got here, this is our resistance. Price started pushing all the way downwards like this. So you can see that there's been a lot of more red candlesticks, which are more dominating in terms of momentum compared to the green candlesticks. But with this being said, I see that there could be also a scenario whereby maybe price, because this could be seen as an impulse. Let me show you guys. This could be seen as an impulse, and a young correction here, and the next impulse, and maybe just a retest, and you can see price going all the way down up until yet the structural lows. But I'll just take a look at that's what maybe I can see on the daily time frame. But the 4 hour and as well the 1 hour is going to be able to guide us in terms of what can you do if the market happens to react in a specific way, guys. Remember, me showing you guys these trades exactly like this, I'm not sharing or showing you as sort of like financial advice or anything like that. I'm just showing you in terms of this is what I'll be doing, this is what I'm looking for. Then you can maybe learn from me, so you don't have to go through all of these ups and downs, trials, and basically just spending a lot of money in the market. So you can just easily watch my video, understand certain things, apply certain things on your side, look what you can tweak, and then be able to just benefit from that. So here on the 4 hour, what I'm seeing here is we've got some area of resistance here, support, price broken below here, and I'm seeing this is where we are now. So obviously, us being here, we need to start seeing what's going to happen. Is price actually going to give us that resistance and continue going downwards, or is it just going to start breaking above that and then start seeing buyers? So with that, what I'll do is that I'll just more likely go to let me just see on the 4 if I'm able to just find something that makes sense. So if I can see, as price has been moving downwards, creating lower lows, lower high, lower lows, lower high, lower lows. So far this is what I see. If it happens to just go all the way down, this is my next take profit. Let me just make it clear to you guys. My next take profit would be here. If price happens to respect here and then continue going down, that will be my next take profit. But if that doesn't happen, so obviously what I'm looking for is just price just coming back here. Obviously I'm more likely to just put this, have it like this, something similar to this, just like this. So you can see I've got this area, or I might even just start it here, so I don't have to go all the way far. I might start it here, have this area as my second point, boom. Price broke above here. Also, this is what I had throughout the week. Price actually broke below, broke above here. This is actually US100. I made a mistake when I said JPY, but US100. This actually broke above here. I think we took a sell somewhere here. We went down with it. So yeah, but when that happens is that With this being said, all I have to do is just connect the dots, put this up, drop this pattern, see what pattern is being printed here, and boom, this is actually a falling wedge. So with my falling wedges, one thing that I'm seeing is that price has to at least break above here, give me a retest anyway, and then I'm more likely to take that buy, only if it happens to just give me that retest. If it doesn't give me that retest, I won't be looking to take that buy at all. Because why? Just take a look at this beautiful pattern right here. Same thing that you're seeing, just that this one here is more steeper compared to this one, but same thing, first touch, second touches, third touches even here. Here's the same thing, first touches right here, and we can argue and say that this could be sort of like our second touch right here. Others would be like, no, maybe this could be our third touch, looking at this here, and this being our third touch, but it's okay. Me, I'm not likely to have something like this. I'll just have it like this, and I'll say this is my second touch, and then on the second touch I can see price came back to retest twice. Like let's say here, price went up, boom, buyers were already in thinking it's going up, but it came back to retest right here with the third touch, then boom, it broke above. So this area is sort of like an area of resistance for me right here, area of resistance. Price broke above here, and it mean a young retest, it retested here, but it's still going up. So I can either wait for a retest here, or I can still expect another retest here, then boom, go back up. I'll just see with the markets and how it happens. But I'm trying to show you guys that these patterns actually do happen to be winning patterns, because just take a look at this. As soon as we started seeing this, it shot up, and then we went all the way up to profits. Né? That's what actually happened. And also take a look at here at these patterns happen to show that there's a higher chance of us benefiting. Like this, a similar pattern with this, but it's a bit more it's much more it's a different in terms of, like, this is a falling wedge, that other one is a rising wedge. But let me show you guys another example of these wedges working perfectly, because even in the Unlock the Secrets to Wealth course, we're breaking down the highest profitable patterns, how you catch them, how they work, how you can capitalize, how you can maximize profits, and all those things. But looking at this, just take a look at, if I may just add the dots right here. Obviously I'll just put this here, put this with the most two significant touches, which is here and here, here and here, boom, here and here, and as well this would be seen to be here. So take a look at this, first touch, second touch, third touch, zoom, shot down massively. And this pattern is the same as this pattern, but in an upside down type of form, because just by looking at this pattern here, I'm seeing that yes, we've got all these things that have confirmed with this. So now I'm just waiting for that buy all the way up. So obviously first take profit would be here, first take profit, and my overall take profit would be me just letting price run and run and run. I'll just show you guys up until way, just by letting price run. This way I know that I'll be able to benefit all the way up until here at these resistant areas, né? All the way up to here, all the way up to here. Perfect. And I've seen some people like, hey, can you please draw your boxes to change the color on your thing? No guys, I'm not gonna be changing my colors on the way that I draw my boxes and stuff, because this is comfortable for me, and this is working for me. So maybe as long as you know and you can see what I'm saying, then maybe you can be a bit more comfortable with that, or adjust to it, because I can't really, like, let's say I'm helping you see how I analyze, do certain things, and I can't still change my preference of how I see the markets, just so I can be able to fit your style. And now I don't even enjoy the markets because of maybe someone wants me to use a black screen, or maybe someone wants me to make my red candlesticks be purple. That's not gonna happen. So it's just for all those it's just a small number of people that are like change. No, this is okay as long as you can see, it means that it's working for us. But yeah, so this is what I'm looking for on US 100. But if price happens to decide that it's going down, I'm not going to be selling. I'll just let it slide. I'll miss this entry up until maybe if it does show me something that's clean. Something that's clean would simply be maybe something as simple as price maybe going down, breaking below, and then doing something like this, retesting, and then going down. That's when I'm more likely to take that sell. But if it doesn't do, if it just goes down out of nowhere, I'm not going to be taking those sells. Né? Let us take a look at GBP, JPY, starting all the way from the daily. Okay, GBP, JPY, all the way from the daily. So one thing that I'm seeing here is that so far prices, I like the fact that prices confirmed with us where it's moving, and here you can see it's been moving downwards. But I was looking at this area. I've had this area, I think, on the previous live sessions, on the previous videos, you'd see me having this area. It was just, this is our next take profit in terms of sellers, but I'm looking actually to just take maybe a buy here or a confirmation of a sell or of a buy to continue going upwards, because I don't see price continue going down. If it does go down, it's not what I'm looking for at the end. Remember guys, what I'm looking for and what the market reacts doesn't have to always be that way. If I'm looking for a buy and the market sells, it doesn't mean that I'm wrong. I didn't place a trade. I was not looking for sales. Like you looking for a blue car and at the dealership they only have a white car. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna settle for that white car, or are you gonna go look for another blue car at a different dealership? Are you gonna wait at the dealership up until they have a blue car? It's all up to what it is that you're comfortable with. So it doesn't mean when I'm looking for buys and the market sells, I lost. No, I didn't place a trade. So yeah, with that being said, I'm looking at it right here. JPY guys, we've been following it, and just by coming with this, let me just adjust this a bit to here, remove these. Okay, let me just remove all these lines here. Perfect. So what's happening with JPY is that you can see here's our previous sort of like significant zone, support, resistance. So now area has been treated sort of like support, and this candlestick was a bit more tricky in terms of looking at the sells. They were a bit more powerful, but as soon as it got here, it started like rejecting and rejecting. So even here it can as well work as a sell, because looking, let me just zoom in for you, looking at how this candlestick rejected to the upside, so it could show that maybe there's sellers that want to take over. Maybe you could be placing a sell here, stop loss here, and maybe a take profit all the way down here. But for me, it's not a trade that I'm more likely to take, because if I do happen to sell this, it means that I'm entering from the 4-hour time frame, and I don't enter from the 4-hour time frame because my stop loss is always very big. Like looking at this 86, it's very big for me. So what I'm more likely to do is just go all the way down to the 60-minute, and on the 60-minute, so far let me see what's confirming. So what's confirming is that price has impulse downwards. Price has impulse downwards. Price is now in this corrective state, this correction. So maybe this could be a head and shoulder type thing, and then it continue to go down, or maybe anything can happen. But when that does happen, let me show you guys how I'll be taking a buy and how I'll be taking a sell. So the only way I'll be taking a buy is right here. I'm sure on the 15-minute I'll be finding. Let me just go on the 15-minute to draw this nicely. On the 15-minute, I'm sure I'll find here like this. You can see right here on the 15-minute. Let me make it be visible on the 1 hour as well. Come here, visibility on the 1 hour. There we go. Come back to the 1 hour. Okay, so now we're on the 1 hour. So this is where the 15-minute close is at. So if I'm entering from the 15-minute close, I'm more likely to just wait for that close above, at least at this level, then I'll buy, because buying, it will allow me to buy wherever I would be buying. My stop loss would be super limited, like maybe 20 pips, depending on how I would have caught it. My first take profit would be 4%. See what I'm looking for. But if let's say I'm looking at it on a 1 hour perspective, and I just want to hold it, because there's times whereby I want to hold trades, and there's times whereby I want to let them slide. So if it happens to close just above here, I'm more likely to just place a buy here, and my stop loss maybe would be anywhere below an area such as this. Maybe at 30 pip would also be okay, depending on what the candlesticks are saying. But maybe even just below here, 40 pip is okay, it's fair for me. And my first take profit would be maybe somewhere around JV. That doesn't give me that great of a risk compared to reward, but I know that I'm looking at the bigger picture, which is going maybe all the way here to my next take profit, which is a 9%. Do you see what I'm looking for? That bigger position. But if it happens that let's say the market sells, I'm not gonna sell anyway here. The only time I'll be placing a sell is maybe if price happens to close below structure here. If it closes below, I'm just gonna place my sell. My stop loss, I'm not comfortable with the 50 pip. I'll come up with a way whereby it gives me at least anywhere between the 30 to 40 pips, maybe at 35. I'll just see in terms of technical what the technicals are saying. My first take profit would be here. Boom. So even the risk compared to reward, because look, I'm risking 1 in order to gain 6. So even the risk compared to reward is good. So whatever scenario, whether I place that buy or whether I place that sell, as long as I can be able to make more, like let's say if I place that buy and then it takes me out with stop loss, and then it gives me the sell that I was looking at, I can come back and place a sell, and then I can still be able to make 6%. So my 1% buy, and I made 6%, so my total profit would be 5%. So that's something that I'm looking for. But now moving over to US 30, the last one. So this one here was a bit tricky during the weekend, because I mean during the week, the previous week, I think on Thursday, I was seeing a buy when price closes above here for it to go up. I was seeing a buy, but okay, it rejected, and I understand why it rejected, because first touch, second touch, third touch, I would have failed. I think I failed to have seen this. I was looking at it at a 1 hour time frame. I wasn't looking at it at a 15-minute time frame, because on the 15-minute, that's when it made much more better sense. You can see first touches here, second touch, third touch. I would have caught on the 15-minute, but I wanted to hold it. So that's why I say when holding trades, sometimes it's not going to be in alignment. Like that's when you want to hold. You might be seeing a buy, but 15 minutes or 5 minutes will be saying sell. So it depends on what you are comfortable with. So it's basically one thing that I was looking for, because why I was looking at this bigger time frame buy. This bigger time frame buy is just me literally adding up here. First touch, second touch, third touch here, double bottom, then going all the way up. I'm seeing this. It has more potential, because my take profit with the buy is all the way here. I can be buying all the way as I'm going up with it. But with sells, I'm a bit more limited because of why. Yes, I can eat and go all the way down with it up until here, but that's as maximum as I can. And maybe I would have looked for a sell at that time, because why? You can simply see right here, the price maybe broke below here, and this was a young retest, and then it did go down. But from here, I'll just be judging from it, because remember, I can see things on a 4 hour saying this, on the daily saying this, but on the 15-minute, it could be something else, because now there's a difference between an investor or a swing trader and a day trader, a scalper. There's major differences to how they see the markets, those people. So then some days I can act as an investor in the market, some days I can act as a day trader. It depends on how active I am on the charts during that day. But looking at the 4 hour chart, we had this beautiful big push. We've been winning with the buys. We went up with it, we won. We caught a couple of sells here and there. We didn't really profit that much from the sells. I remember this move when it happened, like in the private team. That's when they actually caught these moves, in terms of like, you know, the signals that were shared and stuff. Like, let's say just this bigger move. But like in terms of me on my side, because I had also the giveaway members that I was managing as well. So that's something that I noticed. Like when I also go into managing different types of people, like I can like easily just spot a sell on this, send it out. By the time I'm going that side and have to send out that side, already I lost it. Or I can, something that I would also always experience that people don't even understand. I'll see people that are like, hey man, can I have your free signals? And I'll be like, oh, you don't know what the cost of me even giving you signals are. Because there's days whereby I can give a signal like, guys, let's buy Nasdaq now. Because at first when I give signals, I'll see the trade, I'll send Nasdaq signal, and then I'll execute. So I'll be like, let's buy Nasdaq now. And I'll send the right matrix, boom. As soon as I'm done sending it, people are entering. When I go on my MetaTrader 4 platform to go enter, the trade is like gone. It's not like yet at my entry. Now I'll be like, you know what, let me wait for it to come back at my entry, and then I'll enter. Then it goes, boom, 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 then it hits take profit. I didn't eat. I could have made an additional £2,000 or maybe £1,500, but I didn't make that. But my team members made money. So those are some of the cons of being able to be there mostly for people that are close. So sometimes when people just want free signals and all those things, I don't know how it works with them. It's like walking into a grocery store and expecting to take bread, cold drink, this and that and that for free. When those people, as much as they want to help you, they're putting those things in front of you, but there's a cost of service, there's a cost of product. For them to put those things in, for them to have bread that's freshly baked for you every single day, it costs them money. For me to be able to just produce these high quality signals cost me money. I've got a team of employees that I have to, a team of over 10 people that I have to look out to, make sure that they're scanning the markets every single day, update the markets every single day. I've got platforms that I'm literally having to use in order to just yesterday on the previous videos, I did show you guys some signal distribution platform that we're using. I've got that, you know, like it's platforms that we're investing ourselves into. And on top of that, sometimes I can even miss my own trades, whereby I could have potentially made over $1,000, but because of the fact that I was investing my time in helping someone, I missed out on $1,000, and maybe I didn't get that much. Maybe that person just paid $60 for a signal for a month. I missed out on a move that would have made me $1,000 in just 5 minutes. So those are some of the things that you need to be looking into next time when you're approaching someone that's doing something with their life and you want them to just help you out for free. I think that if you're looking for help, my YouTube channel is the best thing that you can benefit from. I'm not greedy with knowledge. I'm not stingy with knowledge. You can learn a lot. I've got over 400 videos. You can go to my previous videos. I'll speak about almost literally anything. So that's as far as I can take it, guys. But before, if you want like now my time and stuff, then it's gonna come at a cost, obviously. Looking at it now, And obviously, if you do want access to our private signals group, I'll just make sure that the link is in the description so you can check that out. But looking at it yet, the 4 hour, we are still at an area of resistance. I don't like buying at the resistances because there's the same thing that happened here. I bought on the 1 hour, it was at resistance. I mean, on the 15 minutes, it was at resistance, but on the 1 hour, I saw it as breaking out. So that was like a difficulty that I experienced. But yeah, this is what I'm looking for. But looking at the 60-minute, let me show you how I'm more likely to take this trade. So far with this, yes, support, it broke out. So it's either price can retest, go down, retest and go down. Let me remove this. It's either price can retest and go down, or price can just treat this area as support and start going all the way upwards. It depends on what it is that I find, and at the same time how I find it. Let's say now price can come here. If it gives me a beautiful sell with a beautiful risk reward, I can take that sell knowing that I'm going to go out maybe here. My first take is going to be here. So maybe I'll find on the 5-minute, sell on the 5-minute, sell on the 5-minute, right here. So basically, just by looking at it, like, it's either I'm going to be looking at that seller as soon as like price gets there, because what it does is that it allows me to be able to just catch those 5-minute entries. And when I catch those 5-minute entries, I'm able to have that tighter stop loss, and I'm able to even that move that maybe I wanted to buy. Because some people would be like, I'm looking for a buy, but find out that I'm at the resistance, and I can look, and then I can get like a 5-minute sell, and then I'll go all the way down to where I actually wanted it to retest on the 1 hour time frame. And when it does retest on that 1 hour time frame, that's when I'll go out of my sell. I made maybe a 2% or a 1% or 1.5%. Then I take that money I reinvest it back in the markets in order to be able to just make that other one. So even when I'm taking that buy now that I was waiting for, instead of just waiting like this and say it has to get here for me to enter, that 1% that I made going down with it, as soon as it gets there, I'm out. I'm 1%. When I take that buy, even if let's say that buy takes profit, I've lost 1% and now I'm at break even. So it's almost like I took that trade with no risk, and then maybe if I re-enter and maybe if it goes in profits or if I lose money, I only lost 1% instead of maybe 2 trades that I took on that one buy position, and now I've lost multiple trades. So those are some of the ways that you can go about robbing or coming up with ways on how you can actually scale and grow. But remember guys, my videos are not here for financial advice. They're not here to just show how right I am in the markets. I would love for you to even go as far back. Every Monday I post videos such as this. I want you guys to go as far back. Look at some of the trades that there's a lot of times where I'm right, and there's times where I'm as well wrong. I want to show you guys that with the markets, you are going to be right, you are going to be wrong. There's times where I can be looking for a buy, but I can still profit from a sell. And there's times I can be looking for a sell and still profit from a buy. It's more about me and showing you guys how I look at the markets, how I prepare for the markets, what I look for, how I execute my forecasting. Just so when you trade, maybe if you are still learning, you can be able to just see already the things that I say. You can now also implement those things that I did mention to you guys. And on top of that, you can also execute and do things the right way. Because at the end of the day, you can learn as much from me, but I'm not the one that's going to be executing trades on your account. So you are the one that's going to be responsible for that. So you need to make sure that you're applying the right things and the right information and the right skills. I did mention that we are actually, if you're looking for a relationship, I did mention that if you are looking for a reliable broker, the first link that's going to be in this description is going to be where you can sign up with them. And on top of that, if you're also looking into joining our private signals group, whereby you're able to execute whenever I execute and do all those things, follow my tradings on a live action mode, what I'll do is that my link as well is going to be the second link that you're going to find in the description. You can take advantage of those. I'll see you guys on the next YouTube video. It's a boy, Mothupi, and hopefully this is going to be a beautiful week for you.